Hi, I'm Alex and I work in the immigration team at Queen City Law. New Zealand is a beautiful country that attracts millions of visitors every year. If you are planning to visit, you may need to apply for a visitor visa before you arrive. A New Zealand visitor visa is a temporary visa that allows you to visit New Zealand for 9 months in an 18-month period. So what are the requirements? Number 1, ensuring you are a bona fide visitor. The first requirement is having a lawful purpose to visit. It is important that your motivation for visiting New Zealand is for genuine reasons, such as visiting friends, family, popular tourist locations, and exploring New Zealand. Immigration New Zealand will take into account a number of factors when assessing whether there is a risk that you will overstay in New Zealand, or if you are not travelling for a genuine and bona fide reason. Generally, the duration of your visa you are requesting will have an impact on your application. The duration of your visa is an important factor that Immigration New Zealand will consider when determining if you are a bona fide genuine applicant. Therefore, when you are applying, you need to consider the following. If you don't have family in New Zealand or a sponsor who is a New Zealand resident, then Immigration New Zealand may have concerns regarding why you would require a long period of stay. If you don't have any previous travel history and you don't have any ties to your home country, such as employment, assets, a business, or family, Immigration New Zealand won't think it's reasonable to issue you a long-term visa without having any doubts about the sincerity of your plans to visit New Zealand. Coming to New Zealand on a visitor visa to find a job or to work, for instance, is not permitted, and the repercussions can be extremely damaging for future applications. You need to ensure that you are entering New Zealand for a lawful purpose. Number 2, having sufficient funds. Having sufficient funds is another key requirement when applying for a New Zealand visitor visa, unless you have a local sponsor. You must have at least 1,000 New Zealand for every month of your visit to New Zealand, or 400 New Zealand per month if you have already prepaid for your accommodation. You must show Immigration New Zealand that you have a return ticket to your home country or enough funds to purchase one. These are extra funds in addition to the evidence that you have enough money to cover your living expenses while visiting New Zealand. If you unexpectedly receive a sizable sum of money in your bank account, this will likely raise concerns with Immigration New Zealand. When assessing your application, Immigration New Zealand will be looking for at least 2 to 3 months of steady and consistent income or transactions throughout your bank account. Number 3, character requirements. You will be questioned about any previous criminal or immigration concerns that might affect how Immigration New Zealand will assess your character. It is important to declare any other previous declines from Immigration New Zealand or any other country. Number 4, health requirements. You should be in good health and fit to travel to New Zealand before applying for a visitor visa. If required, you may need to provide Immigration New Zealand with a medical or chest x-ray if you intend to stay longer. What documents will I be required to provide Immigration New Zealand? The documents required for lawful or bona fide purpose will depend on your personal circumstances. If you feel that, number 1, your travel history is not sufficient, number 2, you don't have any ties or commitment to your home country, or number 3, you don't have sufficient funds to support your stay, and you would like to assess your eligibility, then please get in touch. How long does it take to obtain a visitor visa? The processing time for your visitor visa application depends on several factors, such as the completeness of your application, the volume of applications received by Immigration New Zealand, and the complexity of your case. 90% of applications are processed within 35 working days. However, this is only an indicative time frame, and it may vary depending on your individual situation. So applying for a New Zealand visitor visa can be a simple and straightforward process if you follow the steps and guidelines provided by Immigration New Zealand. However, it can also be a complex and risky process if you make mistakes or encounter problems along the way. At Queen City Law, we can help you with your visitor visa application by providing professional advice and assistance. If you require our assistance, please feel free to contact us and we can arrange an initial consultation. You will find our details below. Thank you.